Hiya, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from TRYMEFREE Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. Today I'm playing around with Eye Candy Pigments. If you haven't heard of Eye Candy, they're an American company, well at least they're based in America, and that is them. Now, I don't live in America and it's very hard to get hold of Eye Candy Pigments in the UK. You can buy them on Amazon, but they are extremely expensive and you buy big tubs at a time. This that I've purchased is a sample pack. Now I did actually buy two because I wanted at least 10 grams of each colour. And the reason I got them is because my sister recently went on holiday to America and I gave her a shopping list. Bless her. Thank you so much, Lena, for doing that for me. But yeah, I've got some Eye Candy Pigments. I want to try them out. I've got some Jadey'sart moulds that she very kindly sent me. And I'm going to try them out with those. Yeah, let's see how we get on with them. So to start with, I'm going to be using Galactic Ghost Blue. Now I've decanted all of the little packets that came from that box and I've put them in tubs for easier access. I like the tubs, I do struggle with the little bags. And the little tubs go really easily in my Shadowfoam wall and I can see them so well. I do love my Shadowfoam storage. Anyway, this pigment is a ghost pigment. Now ghost pigments basically pick up whatever colour is behind, as well as their own colour. So I'm going to dust this little duck mould, which is extremely sweet, with this Galactic Ghost Blue. So in the sample box you get Galactic Ghost Blue, and Glimmer Ghost Blue. Now I had no idea what the differences were, and this is the Galactic one. I will be using the different versions in another video, or it will be just too long. You can see here that it's kind of bluish. I've dusted the entire thing with the powder and I'm just going to take off a little bit out of his eye and a little bit from the wing, and I'm going to do that with a cotton bud and some isopropanol alcohol. You can also use water, it works just as well. Everything I use in this video will be linked in the description box below, and I've speeded up a lot of it for you so that it's easy for you to watch. If you've got any questions or comments, use the section below and I will get back to you. I have a 100% success rate in answering comments at this time and I'm very proud of that. And don't forget TRYMEFREE.com, where all my discount codes and links are. If you're looking for a discount code, then check it out, it might be there. Once I'm happy that the area is as clean as possible, then I'm going to use Black Vista pigment with this. And I'm using Let's Resin. Now I do have a code for Let's Resin, which is Wendy's 10 at the checkout. It's for UK only, I'm afraid, but I also have a link for the USA and they will be in the description box below. Now black is an amazing colour for any colour shift pigments, and although a ghost pigment isn't exactly a colour shift pigment, it does react to black really well. I know that from other ghost pigments I've used. This one, however, is different. I think it has glitter in it. I'm going around the outside with a micro brush to get rid of any trapped bubbles around the edge. Any 90-degree angle will attract bubbles. Then I top it up and squirt it with isopropanol alcohol. With this one, I'm going to use the Galactic Ghost Red and the Galactic Ghost Green. Now I figured an apple is either red or green or both, so I thought I'd do two colours on this. This cute little apple mould is adorable. These are both very, very sweet Druzy moulds. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the apple as I did with the duck, but this time using two different colours. You do get several colours in this set. They are green, blue, gold, violet and red. And all of the colours have the three different types: Galactic Ghost, Glimmer Ghost and Ghost. You can just about see the difference between the green and the red here. It is so subtle, it's hard to see. But believe me, it's there. 24 hours later and it's time to demould. And this is exciting. I have no clue what the colour is going to look like. And trust me when I say this was a complete surprise. I had no clue it was going to look like that. It is beautiful, but not what I was expecting. And I'm going to do the same with the duck. Now the duck was done with the blues. I'm expecting it to be blue. Isn't that absolutely the most gorgeous blue? It is gorgeous, in my opinion. So now I need to find out what it would look like, the same pigments, if you used white behind it and not black. So I'm going to do exactly the same experiment with the green and the red on the apple and the blue on the duck with white behind it, and see what effects we get with that. I do love experimenting. I'm not going to put you through the whole amount of filming. I'm just going to give you the outline. But again, you can see just about the green and the red pigment on there. I think I put them the other way around on this one, but it doesn't matter. They're still green and red. I'm using the Vista white this time. Solid white Vista pigment. Absolutely my favourite go-to white. Going around the edges with a micro brush to get rid of the bubbles. Squirting with the isopropyl alcohol and leaving it. And the same with the duck. 24 hours later, and what do we get this time? I have no clue, but I wasn't expecting that. You can hardly see any colour at all. Just a faint shimmer, and it is faint. And the duck, I'm presuming it's going to give me the same results. You can see a slight blue shimmer, but it's so faint. I'm so surprised. So now I needed to figure out what these pigments would look like if they were directly into resin. So I figured that I needed to put a bit of colour with it so that you could see the colours in the pigment itself. So I decided to use a bit of black with it. So I'm going to mix the black resin and add the Glimmer Ghost pigments that are in the resin itself. It was an experiment, but I needed to try it. Again, I had no clue whether this was going to work out fine or not, but you've got to try these things. And I do know that ghost pigments can be so beautiful. And I did exactly the same with the duck and the blue. These ghost pigments do look so beautiful when they're in resin on their own. I really hope that this turns out the way I want it to. So 24 hours later, let's find out. Wouldn't be me if I didn't drop something, would it? Look at that. Isn't that such a gorgeous colour? Shimmery, blue, fabulous. And how does the apple fare in this experiment? Absolutely stunning. I am so in love with this. The different shades of green and red, albeit kind of pinkish. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I didn't want to waste the apple that was completely uncoloured. You couldn't see anything in that. I mean, if you looked really in a microscope, you might see a bit of colour, but I wanted to use it and I wanted to make it special. So I decided to get some glitter out of the drawer from Resin Supplies Den. That's Yvonne at Resin Supplies Den. I will put their link in the description box below. They're a little Facebook group, and if you live in the UK, go check them out. They're really nice people. So I've mixed some of this gorgeous glitter up with some UV resin, and I'm going to cover the centre of the apple with the glitter, curing it up with each layer. I'm just going to do a couple of layers of glitter just to cover the entire area in glitter so that you can't see anything underneath. And as there's a lip around the outside of this apple, it gives me a perfect little area. Once I've done a couple of layers of glitter, then I'm going to put Bite Me that I've cut on my Cricut onto the UV resin. And I'm quite happy with the appearance, but I want it to have a really nice shiny dome. So I'm just going to use my Let's Resin UV resin over the top and dome it. So the Eye Candy Galactic Ghost pigment results are in, and I absolutely love the results. With a black background, the colours are mega. They are stunning. With a white background, not so much, but you can see on this duck the slight blue tint with the crystally area. And when it's in resin, and especially with a black part of it as well, it is stunning. You can see the wing shows the colour really well. With the green and the red, again, really stunning with a black background. Mixed, I was over the moon with this. I thought they were absolutely beautiful. I've made all these pieces into keyrings and they will be going up on the website. The very plain apple is now very sparkling with Yvonne's glitter, and I thought Bite Me just suited it completely as it's an apple. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I've certainly enjoyed playing around with these colours, and these moulds are so gorgeous. Come back and see me next week, because you never know what I'm going to be up to. I never know what I'm going to be up to. Have a great week, happy crafting, and bye for now.